Shinobu Sensui basically has different modes, base form, kind of trying a little bit, having the sacred energy around him, then actually trying for real, having the sacred energy solidify into offensive armor, and then offensive mode where his speed and punching power like the priority, even though his durability is still pretty decent like this as well, just not his specialty.
He could sense apparitions from a young age. His universe was black and white. Demons were evil, so he had to destroy them. Sensui had sworn his life to protecting his race from demons. But here, humans were enacting cruelties 1,000 times worse than anything he'd seen from a demon. Black and white blurred, flipped upside down. His mind wasn't big enough to hold the change. Sensui lived his life on the straight and narrow, but what he saw that night went against everything he knew the world to be.
Shinobu Sensui's view of the world was pretty black and white. Demons were bad, humans were good. Until one day, until he walked in on some humans doing some ritualistic tortures on a demon, and then something in his head kind of snapped, making him have the multi-personality disorder thing, dissociative identity disorder. It was just hard for his mind to fathom there being other things other than black and white. How can humans do such dark things to demons, and demons being the actual victim? But how strong are we talking when it comes to Shinobu Sensui? He's actually a skilled fighter. He seems to like using kicks in combat. If you watch my Yusuke video, he has his own version of a spirit gun by kicking it, energy ball. Then he has the scatter shot attack where he can spread a lot of energy at once and kick it. Keep in mind, this is a Yusuke that is stronger than Toguro, another being that's extremely strong, and Yusuke had to improve a lot just to be able to fight such a being, and Shinobu Sensui is fighting this same Yusuke. Toguro could easily level buildings, by the way. Yusuke's leagues past that. He likes using his energy attacks like a soccer kick, his blast even matching Yusuke's spirit gun in raw power, and this is like Shinobu Sensui not really going all out yet, is equal to his when his other personalities might randomly come out. You can surprise characters with this unorthodox. This having a gun underneath his arm, like how does that even work? Is it just super guns or something? When he does shoot the blast, it's energy. Yeah, it's kind of like one could say spirit energy personified in the shape of a bullet. He pretty much breaks down on how currently in this particular occasion Yusuke is 10 times weaker when it comes to just raw overall spirit energy. Going as far as saying Yusuke's max is a 10 and his is 100. Obviously, since he's a former spirit detective, he's superhuman in every way, kicking Yusuke, showing his fighting skills and strength put together and how he judo flips Yusuke just like that. He's known to be the Black Angel for a reason, taking multiple hits from Yusuke, so it shows his durability isn't trash, like even a barrage, and he's not just completely done afterwards. And in this particular occasion, the punches in the gut, he just pretty much got back up from that, saying his clothes are ruined. I'm not trying to say he has ultra instinct, but due to his experience in fighting over the years, in this less powered up state, even though Yusuke's faster and stronger, he can fight purely off of instinct, so the strength and speed he does lack, he could kind of bridge the gap to some degree thanks to being able to fight purely off instinct. Even Yusuke is surprised. If I'm so much faster, how come I can't hit you? The first reason why you can't win is that for some reason I can predict every one of your attacks, because he's been fighting demons and monsters since he was born. So even if you catch me with a surprise attack like earlier, his battle sense moves my body before my nerves and mind react, and I avoid any serious injury. And one could say it's almost like seeing in the future before, like your brain don't need to react for you to just move. It's evident on this occasion blocking all these attacks. I mean, he's obviously not super slow either, but his instinct helps bridge the gap when he's not like in this peak state of power, which I'm gonna go over in 2 seconds. Even surprise attacks like this, he goes as far as saying, man, that was close. Yusuke tried to pull a surprise on him. Remember all that stuff I told you about how Yusuke had the advantage over him in raw power? Well, let's just say that changes kind of a bit when he starts accessing sacred energy. Some call it golden energy. Some can translate it to saint light energy. Yu Yu Hakusho universe actually has their own tiering system when it comes to classes of demons and stuff. This sacred energy is actually what pushes him all the way to S tier. Beings that are very powerful like Toguro are only B tier, and this pushes him to the S tier class, letting you know he's leagues above Toguro, a being that can level buildings with ease, level a whole town or an entire arena that's very huge, carry thousands of tons. Like his strength and speed and etc. has raised to way anything Toguro can do, Shinobu Sensui can do better when it comes to raw physical speed and physical strength. He can even form his sacred energy into like physical looking armor. Imagine energy itself turning into physical stuff to armor him up, defensive armor. Then you got his offensive armor where it's like offensive based, yeah, speed, strength and everything are at this best, like this better than defense. Now defense and strength is still way above everybody else in lower tiers S, no matter durability and stuff, but this one just specializes in offense. That doesn't mean his defense is like a C tier or something. Like his defense is still top tier, but it's not what he specializes in. In this form, he specializes in offense. And he can create his own vortexes in this state. Steel key armor. converting his energy into tangible matter and shape it into ultimate weapon or ultimate armor. Yeah, just simply activating this sacred or golden light energy causes the area to collapse. Talking about he's a threat to the entire human world, that's why he can't even use 1/5 of his full strength because of the stress to the planet. There was a super duper sealing spell that can contain S-classes, stated right here, even S-classes, but this is the first time they use it against a human, letting you know how strong this necessarily powerful human is. And he withstood it or resisted it. Resisted something that caused like a citywide earthquake or something. And the crater looks like that. And he laid out Yusuke. Does this to Yusuke's arm, just manhandling and pimp slapping, just using this golden energy for a little bit. Him and Yusuke are just going so hard they're destroying cliffs. When they're fighting in these different armor type modes he has, you can see them going blow for blow when it comes to fighting speed and etc. Just to give you an idea of the cliff they obliterated, just as a side thing to their fight. Even when Hiei tried to pull out his black dragon to try to help out, he actually was able to counter it when the last time this was used, it had just obliterated the opponent to oblivion. Look, when he was flexing his aura right here. All of the attacks, he was just eating them with ease. Hiei, who's pretty strong in this particular occasion, I would say he's around the A class, who's also above Toguro. Defensive armor, blocking all these attacks. Thanks to the sacred energy, even getting the advantage over him. And again, not enough. So one can say he has different modes. Complete base form, he decides to actually start trying by flexing his energy around him, then decides to actually solidify it, being even more serious, being defensive base, then wants to go into offensive to where speed and strength are like his specialty, rather than right here where his durability is the specialty. Sensui is at least a low class S, meaning he's a threat to the entire country of Japan, human world's threat level, destruction of an entire country possible. For a mere human to achieve this level of energy, sacred energy that is on the par with a lower S-class demon is insane, considering that Yusuke himself is half demon, which is why Yusuke is powerful, but this guy is straight up human. He just took years of training to master the sacred energy, something most people can't do. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. Respect him. How strong do you think Sensui is? Do you think he really could level the entire country or continent or even the entire world? Watch this video in conjunction with my Yusuke video to really help you understand why he's so powerful. And even Yusuke ends up surpassing this guy too. But yeah, this guy was a beast though. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. But before I get going, thanks for the donations, guys. It helps out a lot. Respect, Shinobu Sensui. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.